Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Alright, come. It's like I had to check the volume because my volume wasn't showing up on the thing. Alright, come. We'll start off as always. Give honor and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles and our elders of great millstone who rule well, teach you on sound doctrine. Being a great example to the ministry and the body of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, strong shalom to the hopeful elect, and the rest of the large multitude men, women, and children of the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Brother HAQADASH coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, it's edifying. Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna be long. I'm gonna just show a video or two of how our people react with the mind, with the ignorance, with the ignorant standpoint and outlook on things. All right. Real quick. Play this video.
For Comedy Hype News, I'm Jay Will. On Tuesday, April 20th, 2021, the country will hold its breath as the verdict surrounding the killing of George Floyd was set to finally be announced. If you can recall, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin would be charged with the killing of Floyd after a viral video would show Chauvin placing his knee in a handcuff Floyd's neck for nearly 9 minutes. Floyd would repeatedly express that he couldn't breathe before passing away. At approximately 5 o'clock Eastern Time, Chauvin would find himself guilty of all 3 charges against him in the murder of Floyd. The verdict for some would bring out a great deal of emotion since there's been a long history of injustice towards black people involved in the police. Ari Spears, who has been quite transparent with his audience in moments like these, would hold nothing back and deliver a tearful reaction to the
Yo, what up? It's your boy Ari Spears here. Listen, man, it was a good day. I know we got a lot of work ahead of us. This don't mean that everything is perfect, but this is the step. I even had to block one brother who was like, man, fuck all your crying and tears. Let's see what they give them. Like, come on, dog. I'm not about to let you piss in my chitlins. Not tonight, bro.
Hold on, man. You see, I can't even let the video play fully without being vexed. Right, look at this corny ass nigga, man. You understand? Come on, man. It's lucky. Our people are dumb. That's why I named this through the spirit. Our people are sottish, man. This is it's like, I don't know why it's another caps, but this is Jeremiah 4 and 22. It says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sottish children." Go into that word, Sottish. It's a call.
Strong's H 5530. Sachal. Sachal.
It's a call. Sottish food. Lucky. Let's do it like this. Sometimes the do letter be direct. Sometimes it be playing games. This is Sottish, AV1611.com. Stupid. right? Nigga, you stupid, right? Senseless, dotage, very foolish. How ignorant are Sottish pretenders to astrology? Yeah, so our people are Sottish, all right? Jeremiah 4:22 again, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sottish children. Our people are dumb. This nigga said, let's go back to that. This nigga said, let's play that back.
Like, come on, dog. I'm not about to let you piss in my chitlins.
I'm not about to let you piss in my chitlins. You see how our people think now? When back in the day, let's get this account real quick. Our people will rather die than fuck around and eat some damn fucking pork, man. All right. This is 2 Maccabees 7:1, and it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. All right. But one of them that spake, so the context is to take up and to eat swine's flesh. All right. Swine is pig. It says, but one of them that spake first and said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Right? Because the law states, let's go back to the law. This is Exodus chapter 20. I mean, let's get Leviticus. No, matter of fact, let me do it like this. Let's see how many times swine come up in the Bible. 19 instances. Let's read Leviticus 11:7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. So the Lord said the swine is unclean to us. You see? Let's go to Isaiah 63. No, matter of fact, let's go to Isaiah 66 and 17. It says, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, right? What's going to happen to them? In the abomination, like the mouse, fucking dog, cat, shall be consumed together, said YAHAWASHI, and that's in the day of judgment. So what the hell is this nigga talking about? I saw one interview with this dude. He used to be my dude, man. I even got an autograph for this nigga, man. But he a clown, man. And he gonna take some missile, right? I even got an interview, not an interview, but I saw an interview from this dude, and he was talking about, yeah, I love my pork. He said, I'm a true nigga. He said, I'm a true nigga. I like my pork. I like this. I like that. I like chitlins. He said, I'm a true nigga. And you are a true nigga. A true nigga is someone who is void of light. All right?
I even had to block one brother who was like, man, fuck all your crying and tears. Let's see what they give him. Like, come on, dog. I'm not about to let you piss in my chitlins. Not tonight, bro. This is a good thing right here. I wish somebody could put a montage together of seeing him, George Floyd's killer, put in cuffs and carried away to DMX's Rough Riders anthem. Stop! Drop! Open up shop! Oh! You thought you was good? Boom! Not anymore. Put that together for me for my own personal satisfaction, baby. Much love. I mean, George Floyd, his family.
Others in comedy would follow suit and share their reactions, including Amanda Seales, who captured her live reaction to the news.
Creating an unhealthy, dangerous act, violence, violent guilt, The verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by the jury, foreperson juror number 19.
David Allen Greer would caption a picture of Chauvin in handcuffs with "Bye, bitch." Leslie Jones would jump on Instagram demanding that the others also be held accountable.
Guilty. Now let's get the rest of them motherfuckers.
And Jamie Foxx would write a heartfelt message in response. It's a bittersweet moment. I'm happy and relieved that the person that did this horrendous thing to you and your family was found guilty. The bitter is that we cannot bring you back. The bitter is all of the lives that were affected by what happened to you, all the tears that have been shed, and hearts broken. But through prayer and faithful people, today with the announcement of this verdict, gives us some type of hope. Hope that we can start righting the wrongs that have been in place for years in this country. Rest in power, George, and know that your words resonated around the world. You asking for your mother, you asking for just a bit of air, you asked for dignity. Today we took a small step towards honoring you and the thousands like you who had their lives taken senselessly. God bless you and your family, and God bless us all. As of now, many await what Chauvin's sentencing will be. According to reports, he faces a maximum of 75 years in prison, broken down in these numbers. Up to 40 years for second-degree murder, up to 25 years for third-degree murder, and up to 10 years for second-degree manslaughter. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. What's your reaction to Chauvin's guilty verdict?
Look at this nigga, man. That's the face of our people, man. All right? Sottish children. They have no knowledge, man. Meaning they have no understanding of what the fuck, excuse my foreign language, is going on in the world. Okay? The very fact that this nigga is talking like this and these people are reacting like this, man, matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Isaiah 5:13. Therefore my people are going into captivity. Why? Because they have no knowledge. The very fact that his thinking is like this is because he have no knowledge, which caused us to go into captivity. Because by having no knowledge, that means we draw away from our true power. And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. These are our leaders. And these are the niggas that's dried up with thirst. We don't have no true leadership in Israel besides our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. It says, therefore hell have enlarged herself, so our condition got worse, and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. Right? And that therefore the results is captivity for our people, man. Okay? Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So when Jake won, when this happened to old boy, Jake thought this was over with. Look at this nigga, man. This image is very irritating. Crying and shit. Got another video.
We begin with breaking news tonight from Minneapolis. There is intense relief among the crowd gathered outside the courthouse. A jury has found former police officer Derek Chauvin guilty on 2 counts of murder and 1 count of manslaughter in the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who took his final breaths not far from this courthouse, under the knee of the white officer convicted today.
We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty.
ABC News captured the moment the Floyd family learned of the verdict. The family had been watching it unfold on TV, and shortly after, President Biden called them.
Nothing is going to make it all better, but at least, God, now there's some justice.
Right.
It was a motion picture, the world seeing his life being extinguished. And I could do nothing but watch. Today, we are able to breathe again.
See? This nigga talking about he's able to breathe again. Are you sure about that? Because after that nigga got killed, You know what I'm saying? After the verdict got displayed, more niggas got killed, man. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What's his name? Hold on, let me go back.
But watch. Today, we are able to breathe again.
You see? Our people is crazy, man. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. When you rest, that's when you breathe again. So when will Israel as a whole be able to breathe again? Huh? When will Israel as a whole be able to breathe again? When we have the kingdom, man. When we are changed into those heavenly bodies, that heavenly estate, man. So what the hell is Jake talking about, man? Revelations 21:4, and Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, so this is talking about the Father and his Son, YAHAWASHI, in the kingdom, said, behold, I make all things new, meaning what? Refreshed. When you're refreshed, that's when you breathe, you know? And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. So what the hell is this guy talking about? You know what he's talking about? You know why he can say those things? Because he's going out to establish his own route, his own way. This is Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh, the power of Yasha'Allah, is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge. So like we brought out earlier, this is the reason why we went into captivity in the first place. And the Lord called us Sottish, meaning dumb, stupid. Okay, stupid, right? Therefore, when we have no knowledge, we're separate from our power. Therefore, bad things happen, evil things. It says, for they being ignorant. Okay, ignorant. Let's see if we can go into this word, ignorant. Let's see what comes up. If it even comes up, ignorance. Let's see what comes up. Absence or destitution of knowledge, the negative state of the mind which has not been instructed in arts and literature. Absence or destitution of knowledge. So the fact that the scriptures called you for they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness. So you don't have the capability of acknowledging or understanding who the power is and what he entails or what your life entails. You don't even understand how to truly live. You're just a zombie. You're just walking. You're the walking dead. You have no understanding of anything. For they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness have not submitted, because you haven't submitted fully to the power themselves unto the righteousness of YAHWASHI. So therefore you have situations where they thought these people think they won, man. Look at this.
An unarmed black man who took his final breaths not far from this courthouse, under the knee of the white officer, convicted today.
You see, so they think they won, man.
The verdict was read, and he was led away in handcuffs. The jury, a panel of 7 women and 5 men, did not deliberate long. Jackson Prosco is with me. Jackson, the police chief had fired Chauvin and then testified against him. Now this verdict. Tell us about it and what it means.
Well, Donna, in the end, the jury clearly felt this was a clear-cut case. They only deliberated for about 10 hours, and they didn't send any questions to the judge. Instead, courthouse jubilation in the streets, not might mean there were National Guard units on standby in many cities, fearing the potential for violence. But tonight, all of that is off the table, and instead the focus is on the actions of a single police officer who has now been found guilty of murdering George Floyd. By the end of that court session, when the verdict was read out,
like the first video I played, you got niggas crying, right? Jake crying, right? What does this mean, Jake? Explain to us, the crowd who's on the outside looking in, what do this mean? What does this mean? Because the Lord said in Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. This place is polluted, and it's filled with blood. It shall destroy you. You see? This place is going to destroy you, even with a sore destruction. This ain't our man. What the look, man. This is Lamentations 2. And let's start at oh man, Lamentations 2 so crazy. Let's start at let's start at 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. You see, and that's what we see when we watch these things. We're vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. We're vexed with the ways of the world. We're vexed with the activities that our people participate in. The nigga talking about, yeah, somebody commented on the comment board talking about stop that crying. And I had to delete it because I'm not about to let you piss in my chitlins. Nigga, what type of man? I'm telling you, man, the Most High is gonna destroy you niggas, man. You're not gonna let the nigga piss in your chitlins, bro. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. You see, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, right? You know, they look at you niggas and say, man, y'all niggas is clowns, man. The elites is looking at y'all niggas is like, man, no wonder why we was able to do what we did to these dudes, man. You see, they shaking their head like, look at this shit. Saying, is this the city that men called the perfection of beauty? Because once upon a time in Deuteronomy 4 and many other places, the nations feared us. They said, look at these people, man. Who else has a power so near unto them? You see, while they're like, you know, the king of Babylon and many other places, what happened? Dealing with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and many examples in the scriptures, you have people who will reverence our power, man. You see, who will have visions and you know who was dealing with certain situations where something that happened, they had no choice, even though they still worship their God. They had no choice but to give big ups to the true power, who's in control of it all, because that's how much of a glow Israel had around them in their name, their reputation. Your name carries your reputation. It says, men call the perfection of beauty the joy of the whole earth. All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. You see, and they always waited for this. That's why they all had to come together to plot against us. We have found, we have seen it. You see? So what the hell is Jake talking about, man? You know, Jake talking about, you know, I was able to breathe again. No, nigga. Let me go to real quick. Let's go to Ezekiel 37 real quick. No, I'm tripping. What I say? Oh, it's like Ezekiel 37. Let's go to verse 4. Ezekiel 37:4. And again he said to me, prophesy upon these bones and say unto them, O you dry bones, hear the word of YAHWAH. See, they have false breath. You see, all right, vain hope. Wisdom of Solomon 3:11. They have vain hope. Okay. Since we're in Lamentations 4:17. As for our eyes, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain hope. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. You see, and everybody was watching the verdict. You know what I'm saying? They were watching the verdict, like, you know, praying that the Lord bring justice. You know, which it was spiritual, like I said in my the stream I did yesterday in transit. You know, it was spiritual how everything happened. Even the time he got you know, his verdict, which was at 1:44 p.m. But on a low vibration of things, it's also exposed 2/3 of our people, man. You said to be who they, you know, to be who the Lord has destined them to be, and that's to number them with the sword, Isaiah 65. You see, In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So, what I was about to get is Ezekiel 37:4. And again, he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahawah Shai. Thus said Yahawah Shai al Shaddai unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. So the true breath, the ones that are truly living, are the ones that have the RAWCHAA, that spirit, that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding directly from the Father, directly from the heavens. The breath he's talking about that he has, okay, is of death, okay? He upholds to the ways of the world. It says, and I will lay sinews upon you, and I will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you. Right now, we have a new identity. See, they think they have a new identity, talking about they can breathe again, and talking about this is a change, this is a start to a change. Nigga, no, it's not. You see? And ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. It's not the start to change. Jeremiah 30 says we're going to go into a time of trouble. It says, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So what the hell are you talking about? The times that are coming is not going to be like nothing that we have ever seen. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. That's talking about you, so-called black man. But he shall be saved out of it. Talking about the elect. It says, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. Like, let me see something. It says in verse 8, and when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them about, but there was no breath in them. You see, so you got Jake that started when this lockdown happened. You got Jake coming to the realization that, you know, the niggas that's in power are false, are faulty. So you got a lot of people with this Black Lives Matter movement. You got a lot of people so-called calling themselves woke, okay, and they're doing different things that they never used to do. But they you see, as we read in Romans 10, they don't have the knowledge of the Lord. They're establishing their own righteousness, okay. They have a zeal for Yahawah Basham Yahushua, but not according to knowledge. You see, so it says, and when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them. So we prophesy into the wind. We make these, you know, video epistles, and we're all over the world. And as Jake here, right, they start to have that flesh come upon them as well. But the difference is that that the breath don't enter into them. All right, Genesis 2:7. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. Okay, it said that breath is that knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And if you don't have the breath, you don't really have Yahawah Shai Yahushua. So what is this nigga talking about? He talking about, well, now we can breathe again. No, you're living off vain hope, man. All right, it says the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them about, but there was no breath in them, because they're living like their oppressor. Okay, they're living like their oppressor. This is Psalms chapter 10, 21. 18. It's like it. It's like it. Let's go to verse. It's like I said, Psalm, Job 10:21. This is Job 10:21. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. And a land of darkness as darkness itself, and a shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Right? There is no order here, Jake. You're never gonna. The wicked will never be satisfied. You're never gonna receive peace here, man. All right. Because why? Because their light is as darkness. Everything's turned upside down, man. All right. So that's pretty much it on that. Just something quick through the spirit and power. Y'all Basham Yahushua.
Derek Chauvin was being led away in handcuffs to await sentencing.
Jackson.
What's his name? The mailman. He called himself George Floyd, the mailman, the porn star. You know.
The sentencing didn't happen today. Do we know when it will happen and what the ranges are that Chauvin could face?
Sentencing will likely take place.
Intense relief among the crowd gathered outside the courthouse. A jury has found former police officer Derek Chauvin guilty on 2 counts of murder and 1 count of manslaughter in the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who took his final breaths not far from this courthouse, under the knee of the white officer convicted today.
You see, play on words, play on people. You know, the Lord said the land cannot be cleansed but by the blood of him that shed the blood. The land can only be cleansed by the shedding of the one who shed the blood. Okay, that's the only way the land can be cleansed. Like it says in Nahum. All right, the land is full of blood. All right, so this land is full of blood. So you're never going to receive rest until the man who shed the blood, his blood is shed. Okay, the Lord has a full recompense upon the inhabitants of the land, upon Edom, Idumea, a.k.a. Whitey would make white. With that, I pray this edifying to the lambs of sheep, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect. Double honor to our apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace, love, and salutation. With that, Brother HAQADASH, shalom.